Hey, don't bother to do a business plan for 2025. Why should you? Okay, don't if you want to fail. You know how many agents dropped out this past year? Over 40%. It was the worst year in real estate history, and you have a choice. You can do a business plan or you can be a statistic. I'm going to encourage you not to do that. Let's talk about a business plan and let's talk about how you can use it with ChatGPT. That's how I did mine this year. So I had an outline. I asked it to give me an outline of a business plan. Oh, by the way, if you like this, subscribe below and stay tuned. We're going to dive into this. So I didn't know how to do a business plan. I said, hey, here's my business. Here's you know me based on blah 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 blah. And I need to do a business plan and I need to do it better than I did this year. It was tough this year and I want to do better. I want to do smarter. I want to incorporate different things into my business and I want to focus in on some specific things that I wanted to do. I said, now I want you to create a series of questions for me. Ask me as many questions as you need to help pull out of me what I need to do. And it did. I think there were like 25 questions. And the best way to respond back, I printed that out and then I wrote them in. And then when I did it back, I said, question number one, here's the answer. Question number two, here's the answer, blah, blah, blah. And so then I said, if from this you have more questions to do even better, ask me. It did. It had about 5 more questions, repeated the process. And then I said, okay, now it has a thing. And I'm reading it. And I'm thinking, oh, this is great. And I'm thinking, you know what? I heard a friend of mine on, I think she was on Facebook. Her name is Jennifer, and she was talking about how she manifested this massive number that she did. She said her first year in real estate, she did $500,000 in gross commission earnings. And I'm like, what? She was in a wealthy area, but that's just, knocking the fact that she's a superstar, right? And so anyway, she goes, I decided I wanted to double that. I wanted to make $1 million the next year, her second year in real estate. Like, who are you? So anyway, she told me a secret of what she did. Now, she lived in an affluent area and it was a waterfront area. There was about a half-hour drive along the ocean. And she said I would grab my cup of coffee in the morning and I would drive along the first half hour, be drinking my coffee, and I'd be looking at all those houses and I'd be saying, I will be doing business with every single one of you up here because it was full of mansions all across that property, all up on the hill. And she'd look up at the hill and she'd see herself inside those homes. She was manifesting like crazy that she was going to do that and that she was going to do it. And she did $1,000,001 the next year. And that year after that, so year one, 500,000, year two, $1,000,001. She said manifesting was a huge piece. I have incorporated that into my business. And I got to tell you, I've incorporated that into my life. It is powerful. And by the way, it's biblical if you're a Christian. So, because I was a little concerned about that. But anyway, so the next year she said, well, I better form a team because I just can't keep up with all the volume, which was brilliant. She has an incredible team and systemized processes of how she does her business and her team. Really powerful. She's up in Canada. So anyway, I thought to myself after I watched that, I said, I just did this business plan and I had a vision for I thought was a pretty strong number. And I said, I'm going to double it. I'm going to double it and I'm going to manifest it. And so I said to Chat, okay, we're doubling it up. And I said, you know what you didn't do? You did not break this down into weekly and then daily chunks for me to see what I have to do on those little bite-sized pieces every day so that I can be focused. And so it rebroke it all down for me. And I was like, gulp, that seems intense. But I'm going to take it on. And now I'm listening to this other guy. And he was talking about your business plan. He goes, listen, if I didn't do very specific time management, I would be buried. And he goes, and I lived very stressed because I was trying to do it all. He said, so I learned to put down the 3 things that I must do every single day. Yes, there was a whole laundry list of things that I needed to do, but the must-dos took top priority. I didn't do anything until the must-dos were done. And they were usually only 3. He said he picked 3, and sometimes they were less so that he could dive into the other tasks. But he looked at those other tasks and he kept saying, what can I delegate? And what can I do after I do those. And I've also started putting that into play because if you saw behind this facade of my back, my photo here, it's crazy. So that is my mission also in 2025. I am going to pick my three things. I'm going to be very focused on that. I'm going to be seen because being visible is critical in this technology state, and I'm going to encourage you to do that. So I use ChatGPT, the 4.0, and I pay for it, and I'm hearing that it's going up. Huh. Anyway, it's too valuable not to have, and there's so many chats out there. But what's beautiful about it is there are a million. If you go to the Explore section within your ChatGPT, you click on that, there are other GPTs on a million different subjects that you can work with. Canva is in there to a degree. I think it's called Canvas, Canvas. It's not Canva, but it's like Canva, if that makes sense. And all those things, those are all free within your paid for subscription. And check it out. I saw one in there on how to do your best listing presentation. You name it, there are tools in there. Get techie, people. Be visible or you will be invisible. Use ChatGPT, do your business plan, and make sure you follow it and set up your time management daily. That's how you're going to succeed because you don't want to be another statistic in 2025. You want to win, right? I know I want to win. And if you're interested in checking out a business strategy with me, give me a call. I've got a business strategy link below. Let's talk. I am with EXP. I am showing agents how we have so many tools over here that help us learn these things. I didn't just learn this on my own, people. And I got all the best helping me and collaborating with me. You don't have to come over, but you can be open-minded enough to take a look for your business, your family, your future, your legacy. It's changed my life. So book that strategy call, subscribe below, share this with your friends, and let's get at it.